Hey everyone, weather for Weather Geeks time on this Thursday evening. We're not going to spend a lot of time on the current weather because I'm going to do some shorter videos throughout the evening that will focus just on the current weather. But just a real quick overview of things here just before 7 o'clock. We've had very little in the way of activity so far, but that of course will change this evening. There is one severe thunderstorm warning out in northeastern Wayne County with a burst of wind coming out of this storm. Heading just south of Akron. This could impact the far southern part of our viewing area as we go into the 7 o'clock hour. Severe thunderstorm watch out for much of Ohio with the exception of Mahoning, Trumbull, Ashtabula, Lake Geauga, and Portage counties. The rest of the state is in a severe thunderstorm watch until 11. Damaging winds and some flooding downpours, those are the two main threats with any of these storms this evening. I do think overall the highest risk of severe weather is going to be down to the south of Youngstown and perhaps even just south of our viewing area. So again, be sure and watch the shorter fused videos that I'll be putting online throughout the course of the evening, along with my other Facebook and Twitter posts for more on the current weather situation. All right, let's focus on what's going to happen in the future then. I think tomorrow is going to turn out to be a nicer day, as promised. Tomorrow will start cloudy but end with some sunshine. Here's a look at tomorrow afternoon. If you want to mow the grass, do anything outdoors tomorrow, it's a good day to do it because the weekend will be a little questionable. Nothing going on here on our map tomorrow afternoon. But as we go into Saturday, let's take a look at Saturday morning. The remnant low from Bill, that's this guy right out here in central and southern parts of Illinois and Indiana. The moisture continuing to stream east. This is tropical juice coming up through the Ohio River Valley. Now, I do think that the core of the moisture from the remnant low will miss us to the south. That said, as we get into Saturday afternoon, there can be spotty shower and thunderstorm activity in the warm and humid air mass. So something to keep in mind if you want to get outdoors Saturday afternoon. Don't think it's a washout, but there could be a shower or thunderstorm in spots. But the steady rain, perhaps even heavy rain, likely is more of a problem for eastern Kentucky, southern Ohio, and parts of West Virginia during the day on Saturday. Now, Sunday is a little bit of a different story. What we have going on Sunday is a cold front approaching from the north and the west. I think Sunday morning could feature a spotty shower or a thunderstorm, but I think the higher risk of some thunderstorm activity will be in the afternoon on Sunday. And as we get into the afternoon, some of these could turn kind of strong. Here's Sunday afternoon, showers, some thunderstorms around. There'll be a lot of instability in the air on Sunday. Real quick look at the CAPE values, convective available potential energy. Look how high these numbers are getting, particularly to our southwest. But even in northeast Ohio, we're talking about a couple of thousand or even 2,000 to 3,000 joules of CAPE. It's going to be unstable. Air parcels will have no trouble rising through that unstable air. And so we're going to have to watch out for some damaging wind threats and perhaps some flooding threats again Sunday, particularly in the afternoon hours. So that's, something we'll be fine-tuning over the next couple of days. Let's go into next week. I think next week overall is drier than it has been, but it's not going to be totally dry. I think Monday a little disturbance is going to cruise our way. A fast mover, but it could bring some spotty storms in the afternoon on Monday. And then by Tuesday, that should be gone. And have a look at Tuesday afternoon's map. We should be in pretty good shape before the next round of possible rain heads our way for Wednesday. So that's a real quick look at the next, 6-7 days. Overall rainfall totals through, this would be Sunday night. As you can see, the remnant moisture with Bill especially is a problem down here. Not so much where we live, although we'll see raindrops. They will not necessarily be associated with the system that was once Bill. All right, the longer range. Now, if you don't like days like today where it was very warm and very humid, there is some good news in the longer range. Here's the upper level flow this weekend. Nothing real remarkable about this. Ridge in the southwest, pretty fast flow across the Great Lakes in the Midwest. So we head into next week. A couple of days ago I was talking about how there could be a ridge almost right overhead at the end of next week, and that would lead to some hot weather. Well, the recent model trends have suggested that that ridge is going to be more centered over here instead of over here. And if that ends up being true, we're going to be in a northwesterly flow aloft, trough of low pressure over the northeast towards the end of next week. And that will mean that we'll not be very hot at all. In fact, maybe a little below average at the end of next week. And as we take a look at the final weekend of June, in about 8 or 9 days, nothing hot about this pattern. In fact, this looks kind of like the winter pattern. Big ridge out west. Some troughiness in the east, so we're not looking at a lot of heat there. And as we head into the final days of June and into July, look at this pattern. A big ridge in the southwest, troughiness over the Great Lakes in the northeast. That is a pattern that will not produce a lot of 80s with high humidity. It'll be very comfortable, in fact. So as we head into July, it looks like a pattern change, at least for a few days, that will bring about some pretty comfortable weather. So if today was not your cup of tea, I think you'll like the longer range outlook. All right, again, stay tuned on social media for fresh videos throughout the evening as the storm risk increases. And if you're not following me on Twitter, EricWFMJ, that's the best way to follow my updates on social media.